Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Happiness Handmade. My name is Lisa and I am a lover of all things crochet. If you are a new subscriber or new to my channel, hello and welcome. If you are already subscribed, welcome back. If you are returning, you are probably wondering, where is everything? I typically have crochets all up and down this ledge here. I have crochets back here and then yarn just kind of strewn around everywhere. Well, guys, this weekend is market weekend. I'm so excited to share with you my market weekend. We're going to break down everything. We're going to chat about what I'm bringing to the market, how my setup is going to be, how I'm handling inventory, what it looks like at the market, and then of course the all important what sold, what didn't, how'd it go, did I make money, how much money did I make? We're gonna get into all of it in this video. So get your whips, get your hooks, get your fiber fill, get your yarn, and let's get into it. I am so excited. You guys, this is my first spring market ever. So I went live with Happiness Handmade in the fall of last year. I did one fall market. If I have a picture, I'll show you. You guys, it was the smallest little setup and I'm really proud of myself. Don't get me wrong. It was my first market. I was like head and shoulders deep in Etsy orders because my pumpkin garlands like really took off on Etsy like right when I posted them. So this is me like in the thick of Etsy orders and then also prepping for Christmas, and I wanted to get a market under my belt. So here's my market. There I am with my little table. I did well at that market. I made money. I don't remember what the fee was. It was a small fee for the booth, which that's what I was looking for my first one. So it was a small fee. I did pretty well, made some nominal money. So it was a good first showing. But this time I really want to explore like all the things that I have learned over the last several months about markets, learning more about my brand, what I like to make, and how I want my space to be. And it's my first spring one. So it's going to be all about spring, Easter, flowers and pastels, like all my favorite things. Spring's my favorite season. So I love fall. Winter's all right. Summer's great. But I'm a spring girly. Spring is my absolute favorite season. It always has been. So I have been looking forward to this market for a long time. And I feel, guys, like I have been prepping for months. Please let me know in the comments if you feel the same about markets. Man, markets are just a ton of work. Like, and you don't really like, I don't know what I'm expecting every time. Like, of course, it's a lot of work. You got to get your inventory. You got to make sure you have all your booth setup info. You got to make sure that you know how you're going to get paid, what your inventory is going to look like all these things that you have to think about. And then, as we all know, as crocheters or knitters or any fiber arts, making your inventory takes time. So I feel like this has been months in the making for preparation, and I cannot wait to get into it with you guys. So like I said, this is my first spring market. This is here in Kansas City. The market is in Kansas City, and it's geared toward kiddos. I'll put their advertisement up at the top here too. So it's called Easter for the Kids. It's a spring market. They're going to have a lot of Easter themed goodies, Easter themed crafts, Easter themed activities for families and for children. It's a free event for all ages. And so when I'm looking to sign up for a market, honest to goodness, I'm really looking for a market that's going to fit my family's needs. So not everyone is going to take this approach when they are looking to sign up for a market. And maybe in the future, I will have different criteria for how I choose my markets. But for right now, I have 2 little ones. And on these market days, I'm kind of like gone all day. And in the evening, I'm prepping that evening, and then I'm gone all day, the day of the market. When I get home, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm not going to want to do a whole lot. And so I want to make sure that the markets that I'm attending are super kid friendly. They have things for the kiddos to do, because when I'm doing my market, my husband is taking care of the kiddos. And then they always come to visit me. So they will come to the market, and I want to make sure that there's something fun for them to do. So it's a good experience for all of them. And it gives my husband a little bit of a break, because he doesn't have to think of things to keep them occupied or keep them happy or keep them engaged or anything like that. So right now in my current life, that is how I choose my markets. That is not going to work for everyone. There are so many great insights that you can look into why you should choose a market, depending on your business, what you're trying to accomplish, what type of market you are trying to, like what type of audience you're trying to get to. There's so many different factors in markets. But right now, that is how I am choosing my markets. So my first market, the fall market, it was literally this huge indoor space, and it was attached to, I'm not kidding, like a huge like trampoline blow up park, like an indoor trampoline and blow up park. And it was so perfect for my kids. So I was there all day. My husband and the kids stopped by for a short amount of time, and they got to go do that and play at the same place. So that's kind of how I choose my markets, like I said. And that's why I chose this market, because it's really, really kid friendly. Okay, so I'm gonna show you first some of the like items that I'm bringing for my booth, like the things that I'm gonna have set up at my booth. We'll definitely go over inventory. It is all upstairs. I'm still adding tags to things and adding my twine and entering them in my inventory sheet. So everything's literally upstairs as far as crochets that I'm going to be taking. So, but what I still have down here and what I'd like to show you and get into a little bit more are like my setup. So the items that I am bringing that I'm going to display my crochets on. But before I do that, I have such exciting news, you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know about this. If you saw my last YouTube video, you might have seen the part where I was showing this off for the first time. You guys, my very first crochet pattern is live. It is now live. You can go purchase my digital PDF pattern. I am so excited about this. I never made a pattern before. This is my first, well, I take that back. I have freehanded a lot of things, and I have made like really simple patterns that I've kind of jotted down and then have kind of used for when I'm going back and making things. So for example, last winter I made a bunch of different snowmen. And so I have in like my little notebook, like how I want my snowman, like a little pattern for my snowman. But that's not released, like that wasn't anything, like that's just for me. Maybe one day I'll get a snowman pattern out there. But this pattern, it was like my first like legit crochet pattern, and it is out there for the world to download and to use. I'm so excited. So let me show you what I'm talking about. You guys, I would like to introduce to you the popsicle. Here is my popsicle pattern. He's got a little tail. It is low sew, so you're going to be crocheting the stick into the body and the ears into the body. The only thing you need to sew is the snout. I tried to do a crochet into the snout, but it just wasn't sitting the way that I wanted it to. So it's just a very low sew, quick option for the snout. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. I'm so excited about it. Also, with this pattern, you guys, you're not just going to get your popsicle, but you are also going to get modifications for a bunny and a catsicle. a bunsicle and a catsicle too. So here are the bunsicles and catsicles. Again, a little tail. Wait a second, this one doesn't have a tail. I need to make a tail for it. Well, it is optional. I have the tail as optional. So maybe I purposely chose to not have a tail for this one, but there's tail or no tail. And then you guys, this is probably like my favorite thing, especially about the bunsicle pattern. It's a fluffy bunny tail for the bun. Okay, so like I said, this pattern is now available out there for purchase, you guys. This week I've been working on a sizing guide to show you. I'll show you right now. I'm going to show you. So this is in, here we go. Let me show you the pup. So this is what all the pictures are in. This is kind of what I'm highlighting as the popsicle. And I use Big Twist Posh, and it is a size 5 hook. And then for the size guide, I made a few others. So here is the, this one was made in worsted yarn. This is the smallest one that I made. And this was with a size 4 hook. So worsted yarn, size 4 hook for this one. And then Big Twist Posh with a number 5 hook. And then you guys, I went ahead and did a big 6, like a bulky yarn one with a 7mm hook. Here it is. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. I love it so much. So this is with, again, a 7mm hook, number 6 bulky yarn. That's compared to the number 5 bulky yarn. And then of course, look at it next to the little number 4. Stop, it's so cute. I love them so much. I'm so excited about them, guys. Let me show you the other like jumbo ones. So here's the bun. Again, the fluffy tail and the catsicle, which does have the tail. I have the tail here for the catsicle. And here's the catsicle, and here they are all in the jumbo 6 size. Oh my gosh, it's so fun to make. It was so fun to create. Let's see, here we go. Oh, I love them so much. You can get this pattern right now on my Etsy, so please go check it out. Okay, so let's talk about the display items that I'm bringing. So if you saw my painted tree video, you saw that I used these for my painted tree space. These are like these cute wooden pegboards. So I got these off of Temu. I also found them on Amazon as well. These are so perfect if you want to display a lovey. And I make a lot of loveys. I love loveys. I love loveys or snugglers. And so they give you these dowels, these dowel rods. You can put them anywhere on the pegboard and you can display your loveys, which is so nice. They don't just have to lay flat on like the floor or like flat on your table. I mean, they can like really set up, and it's like, I love this like clean wooden look. This other colored wood is like so weird and funky, but when I have my loveys like displayed, you can't see it. So that's good, because I think that would drive me nuts if I saw this like one dark colored panel, but it works. It works so well for display. So I have 2 of these. Let me take a quick picture. So this is my painted tree display at the painted tree. So this is my shelf. And I snagged some of the display items from the painted tree for this weekend, so I could have them for my market, because I don't have like double of a lot of these things, like the crates that you see. So I had to kind of snag some things from that, but it's just for this weekend. I will return them. Maybe one day I will invest in more display items, but for right now, I snagged some of the things from the painted tree so I can use them for the market this weekend. So this is the pegboard, the wooden pegboard. I'm gonna look for the link that I use, and I will just put it down in my description below. Definitely shop around though. There may be ones that are different colors. Like if you like to do either white or black, you could paint this. Oh my gosh. Actually, you know what? That might be something that I end up doing. Like maybe I could paint these someday. I do like the wood look though, But oh my gosh, like if I painted this like my lilac color that I have, oh, that's like kind of like the brand color is like a lilac purple. Oh, that would look really pretty. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. But for right now, I really like the wood. So I'll put in the description where I found mine, but definitely look around and see if you can get, you know, the best deal and the best bang for your buck. The next item is a tiered stand. So this is so great for smaller plushies that you want elevated off of your table. And this again, it's like that classic like basswood color, which I'm trying to like go for, just like that clean wooden look. And again, I think I got this one off of Temu as well. So I will link it where I found it. But it's nice, it's sturdy. And I just love when you can like add height to your booth because it allows people to like look up and down, look at the space. It makes the space look larger and it displays your plushies so much better too. So I'm excited to use this stand. I don't know exactly what I'm going to put on the stand yet. Of course, I'll show you the entire display. But I'm so excited to have this. So that along with like the display, it's going to add a lot of height to my booth, which I'm really excited about. So, and it's going to feel like stadium seating for my plushies, which will be fun. Next, I have 2 different size wooden crates. So this is my biggest wooden crate. Where did I get this? I think I got these at Michael's. They were 50% off, which I've never seen these go on sale. And so I snagged a bunch of them. And honestly, I probably should have snagged more. Like I'm regretting that I didn't snag more because I totally snatched this from my painted tree space. So right now I only have one of the big crates at my painted tree space. But again, it's just gonna be for the weekend. I'm just gonna like borrow it for the weekend real quick. Painted tree space, don't you worry, you will get it back. But I own it, it's fine, it's fine. But still, I feel like I'm borrowing it from my other space for this space. But this is the big one. I will likely set it up like this. I will have plushies on the inside and then probably some plushies on the top as well. Again, it's going to elevate the space. It's going to bring some really nice clean wooden color and I'm really excited. I have another size, again, got from Michael's, half off, this smaller size, which I will probably put it this way. So that's how I have it at the painted tree. So I'll have the big one like this, and I'll probably have this smaller one like this. Again, so great to put plushies in here, especially like your plushies that don't sit up on their own. Like a good example is at the painted tree, I have a Hilga Hippo. The pattern is by Plush and Whimsy. She is so cute. She is so squishy. She's a bigger plushie. And she just doesn't sit up like on her own very well. So I just put her like nestled right in here and it's perfect. You can see her face better. It just displays those plushies a lot better. So I have 2 of these. So I have one big crate. I have 2 of the smaller crates. I have 2 of the display items and I have the stadium seating. That's what I'm calling it. It's just like those risers, like those wooden risers. But I like calling them stadium seating because my plushies need stadium seating. So at this market, one table is provided to you and I'm bringing another smaller table. So the table that's provided to me, the booth size that I got, the table is an 8 foot long table. And I have a 6 foot long folding table that I'm going to be bringing to the space on my own. And this is a good like hot tip for markets. Definitely look and see, you know, what they are offering you, like what they're going to give you as part of your space. If you need electricity, like whatever you need. Sometimes booths with either like prime like space or like a prime like viewing area at the market, sometimes those will be at a higher cost. The size of the booth can be dependent on, cost can be dependent on the size of the booth. Some markets will offer smaller spaces versus larger spaces. And I've even seen some markets charge you for the rental of the table as well. So just things to be on the lookout when you are looking for markets. You may see like, here's how much it costs for the space. Definitely look into what you get with that space. Do you get a table? Do you get a chair even? If you need electricity, is there an electricity outlet? Just these things to keep in mind. If you're able to bring your own stuff, that's great. I don't have a super big table. I just have my, well, 6 foot. I mean, that's a pretty good sized table, but I need 2 tables for all of my stuff. So I'm going to bring my 6 foot table, and then I'm going to utilize the 8 foot table that I do get as part of my booth fee, which is really cool. I have seen where markets, you got to pay for, maybe you get 1 chair, you have to pay for an extra chair. It's just going to be me, so I just need 1 chair. Sometimes you have to pay for your table. Different markets do different things. So definitely look into that. You know, read the fine print when you're looking through, looking at your markets. I like to go for the smaller space. So typically the smallest spaces that I've seen at my markets that I've looked at are an 8x8 space, which that works for me. 8x8 space. I have my 8 foot table. I'm going to have my 6 foot table as well. So I really like that setup. I think it's going to look really good. But again, you know, look into it, see what works for you. Okay, so I have those tables, got tables and chairs figured out. And then I have my black fitted sheets. So this one's out of the, I need to put it in my little like plastic bag, but I have my 6 foot fitted sheet and my 8 foot fitted sheet. These, again, I believe were from Amazon. I will look for the link. I've had these fitted sheets for a little bit now, but I'll look for a link. Again, definitely shop around. Don't even hesitate to like look for, if this is your thing, like look for like marketplace or like other things that maybe you can get them for cheaper, maybe like a gently used option. Ask your friends, ask your church. Maybe they have some fitted sheets that you can borrow for the weekend too. I'm all about minimizing costs for these markets because, you know, you just never know how the market is going to go. You know, of course, when you're looking into markets, look and see if, you know, the promoter is really promoting the market, if they're getting it out there, if they're promoting it on social media, whether they have flyers, digital flyers, you know, how are they promoting the event? That will let you know how successful the market may or may not be. If it's an outdoor market or even if it's an indoor market, weather plays a huge factor in markets. If it's too hot, if it's too cold, if it's too rainy, if it's gonna snow, like all of these factors, even with an indoor market, and no one can control that, of course, but so many factors play into a market that is just simply out of your control and out of the promoter's control as well. And so I try to limit my extra cost everywhere I can. So, you know, going to, you know, these sites to find, you know, cheaper options for my display items, or, you know, borrowing a sheet from my church, or, you know, just little things like that, I think really, really help, especially with a solely handmade business. Like these little bits do add up. Luckily, I own these now, so I can use these display pieces, you know, every single time for every single market. It doesn't have to be a recurring cost. But I still want to be, you know, as cautious as I can be and as cost conscious as I can be to make sure that I'm making the most that I can out of these markets. Because these are a lot of work. We're putting in a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of energy, and I really want it to be worth my while. So that's how I kind of like look for display items. Definitely want to keep like my brand top of mind, but how can I display my items the way that I want them? With in the cheapest way. I don't want it to look cheap, but I want it to, you know, look really good and look really clean. I just don't want to pay a lot for the display items. So that's my jam. Other people might look at things differently. You know, a lot of folks want to invest in really, really good market display items. That is so great because especially if you're going to be going on the market circuit, like weekend after weekend, you know, that's a really big part of your business strategy. Absolutely invest in those display items. I think that is such a great idea. For me and for my business, I am not fully in on markets yet, which simply just means I don't have a market every weekend. I'm exploring other ways of selling my crochets, whether it be custom, whether it be through a live on the Palm Street app, markets, you know, online, of course, through Etsy and my own website that I'm working on. Ooh, That's for another video. But just kind of exploring all the avenues. So right now I don't want to like go all in on the market space yet. That is not a bad thing. Like if you're doing markets every weekend, or if that's what you want to do, love that. Like that is so good. You want to spend a lot of money on your display items, that is so great. I am simply just kind of sharing what I'm doing and what I'm kind of looking at and exploring. I'm not sure if I'm going to do markets every weekend. Like I said, I have a small family, I have a full-time job. There's going to be some limitations if I want to do markets like every single weekend. So just still exploring all of that. And that's what's so beautiful about owning your own business and owning a small business is you get to make these decisions. And so I'm enjoying every step of the way. I'm really excited for this market. I'm excited about the display items that I have. And I encourage you to just explore these options. It's your business. It's your crochets. It's your baby. It's your passion. So I just encourage you, do what feels right. Do what makes sense for you and your family and your business, and own that. The other thing I also snagged from the painted tree for the weekend is this little sign here. So I got this and my tags and everything that I'm about to show you from Vistaprint. And this just says, for shop updates and discounts, follow me on Instagram. And then I have a QR code for my Instagram account. And then I also mention that I do custom work too. So I love doing custom work. And I want everybody to know that, hey, if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, chat with me, DM me. Like I would love to chat with you about a custom option. So this is the cute little sign that is going to be up there. Probably in like either the middle or the corner. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go, but it's going to go up somewhere. So I have this little sign. I'm also going to use my big sign back there, my Happiness Handmade sign. So that will be kind of draped over at the front of my front table. And then and people do this differently in markets. Some people have like a big board that lists all of their prices, which is really cute. Some people have like just little tags for like sections of their booth. Maybe some people have like a stand with just like a space that says how much this specific space is, which I think is super, super cute. I love seeing that. I haven't really found what I'm looking for that. And the main reason is because I don't really like my own handwriting. Some people have like the most beautiful handwriting. Some people are like chalk artists. Like they can do the most amazing things with like chalk and a blackboard. So I've seen that a lot at markets too. I think that is so beautiful. I am so bad at that stuff. Like it doesn't look good. It looks like my 2-year-old wrote at them. Like I don't like how it looks. So for this market, so my first market, I just had like a sheet of paper, like right in the front, and it just kind of listed out all of my items and the price. I didn't have a lot of items and I had a lot of duplicates. So it all fit on just like one page and I had the price listed. This time I have my Happiness Handmade tags. They also have the QR code to my Instagram and it says, let's make this Instagram official. So I've tagged all of my items and I have a couple more that I need to tag. That's why everything's upstairs right now as I'm doing inventory and getting everything written down. I'm gonna add tags to everything. So I'm not gonna have like big, I'm not gonna have like the prices displayed anywhere. They're just gonna be on the back of the tags. And I'm really curious to see how that will fare, because I think what's nice about those big displays of your prices is that people know right away, like right when they walk up, they know what to expect, right? They're like, okay, this section here is $13. These are $5 and these are $25. And the customer already knows that going in. With just like a tag, they're gonna have to pick up the item and look at the tag. So I will definitely let you know how that goes. I have no idea. We'll see. I will report back after the market and let you know if that was a good strategy or a not so good strategy. So let me do the testing and I will report back how it goes, and then you can decide what's going to be best for you and your market and your business. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the tags. I'm going to add twine. I'm going to just like tie it in a cute little bow, just like I do over at the painted tree. Also, for all of my plushies that use safety eyes or safety noses or anything, I just use safety eyes, but I know that there's safety noses, there's other like facial things that you can use that are, you know, the plastic safety eyes. I do have my warning, my choking hazard warning for all of those, which basically just says, you know, this is a handmade item made with plastic safety eyes, you know, may not be suitable for children under 3. So this is going to be along with this tag together on every single item that includes safety eyes. I've also seen at markets where people have like a display, like maybe it's just like a piece of paper in a picture frame or something like that that says like all items that are made with safety eyes are not suitable for children under 3. I really like that too. Maybe I will like hustle and like make that, because I really want something like that too. Like I want something displayed, and I want something for every single plushie that has the safety eyes. Just for me, my comfort. So people know exactly what they're getting. I'm gonna have a lot of embroidered eye options too. For all of my Loveys, I embroider the eyes because the Loveys, I'm trying to target like smaller children, and sometimes those children can be under 3. So I'll do embroidered eyes for those, but a lot of my plushies have the plastic safety eyes. So I have this along with this tag tied up with the twine. I think it's gonna look really good. I also am going to bring just a few of these bags that are made up with my Happiness Handmade sticker. So it has my logo on there. These are just, you know, simple gift bags. If someone mentions that they are, you know, going to be gifting this, or if they ask for a bag, I want to have an option for them. So I'll have tissue paper as well. I'll have purple and white tissue paper. So I'll bring a few of these. People may want them, they may not. I definitely want to have it as an option just in case. So I'm going to bring these. They're kind of similar sizes. One's a little smaller, one's a little bit bigger. I have plushies that are bigger that are not going to fit in these, but that's okay. I just kind of want it as an option. Another thing, just to kind of test out and see if people are waiting for me to hand them a bag, or if they're like, here, please put this plushie in a bag, or asking if I have gift bags, definitely want to provide that option. Also, if I'm selling a lot, then everybody's going to be walking around with these cute little Happiness Handmade bags with my logo on it. So it's a little bit of marketing as well for the fair, like the market space. So we'll see. I will report back on how this goes, but I'm going to bring these and then we'll see how it goes. All right, the last display item that I want to show you. So like I said, this is like an Easter themed market, a spring market. And I talked about this in my last video, but I want to show you, I have it kind of done up, and I want to show you, I'm going to bring a little Easter basket. So I got this basket at a thrift store, like really, really cheap. And I think it's so cute. It's a little bit lighter than the wooden pieces that I'm bringing, but I think it's still gonna fit like with that like wooden theme that I'm trying to go for, like a clean, light wooden looking theme. But this is gonna be my Easter basket. This is gonna be my $2 basket. So everything that I put in this basket is going to be just $2. And you know, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I might do this for like every market that I go to, because like the last thing I want to do is outprice like any families or any kiddos that are wanting something from my booth. And I just like want to spread happiness. Like my goal for Happiness Handmade, of course, it's a business. I want to be profitable, but you know, God's just really been putting on my heart that the reason I started this business is to spread joy and happiness to others through what I make and what I sell. And so I thought of the $2 basket. It's just going to be some small items. Right now, I've just made up a ton of my little marshmallow buns. Oh, I think they're so cute. I might put in, I want to make some hearts. Oh, I have like a little, so random, but I have like a cute little watermelon that I think is so cute. I made this like forever ago, and I know it's not really summer yet, but again, when I started my business, I started in the fall time. So I didn't want to bring the watermelon to the fall market. So I'm going to bring it to my spring market and I'm going to toss it in my $2 bin, or my $2 bin, my $2 basket. So this will go in there. I got the buns. I think I'm going to make some hearts, like some crocheted hearts, pocket hugs. And then if there's anything else that I can crank out, either tonight or while I'm there. So I love like bringing, like I love crocheting while I'm at the markets too. Just something for me to do with my hands, something to keep me busy. It also calms me. Okay, so my crocheters, if you know, you know, like crocheting is like truly like a form of therapy for me. And so I'm gonna bring some, little yarn, a little hook, couple of little fiber fill, nothing crazy. And so as I'm making things, I'm just gonna throw them in the basket. Like I'm just gonna like toss them in my $2 basket. So I'm really excited about this. I hope it goes well. I'm not adding tags or twine or anything to these guys. They're just gonna be in the cute little $2 basket. So I'll let you know how that goes, if it's a hit or not. I'm really excited. I hope that people, if they come to my booth, I hope they feel, like they can still, if they want something, they can get something. One thing that I'm curious on how it is going to go as well, and I would love your thoughts and your comments. So definitely please like leave me a comment. Let me know what you think and what you do for your markets. But I'm not going to bring a credit card reader. I'm not going to accept credit cards. So I am going to offer cash or check. No one really has checks, but I'm going to offer cash or check. And then I have Venmo, PayPal, and Google Pay. I have all of those options as well. But I don't have a card reader. We will see how that goes. I've only been to like I said, I've only been to one other market. It was a fall market. I had no issues. People either Venmo'd or used cash. Those were like the two main forms of payment for that market. I'm gonna do that again. I have PayPal and Google Pay as well that I'm adding to. So I'm hoping that those are enough options. I know a lot of people don't carry cash anymore. They prefer to pay with card. I have been debating on whether or not I want to invest in a card reader. I think those are so snazzy and so great. Again, if I am doing a lot of markets, it may be something that I definitely consider. But right now, I'm not like doing markets every single weekend. It's not something that's a really big part of my business. That could absolutely change either after this market or like maybe in the fall. I'm going to like be hitting the markets hard and I really need a card reader. It's going to depend on the market. It's going to depend on the area. It may depend on your area. I'm going to try without. So just cash or check. So cash, check, Venmo, PayPal, Google Pay. I'm going to try those options and see how it goes. Again, I will report back and let you know if that was a bad decision because I lost out on a lot of sales because people only had a card, or it ended up being fine. So I will definitely let you know how that goes. But for this one, no card reader. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so that is all the display items, my tags, all like the prep stuff. Showed you my inventory. We'll definitely get more into that when I'm at the space tomorrow. Okay, so for the rest of the day, I'm gonna stress crochet as much as I can, try to get more things, finish up my inventory, make sure my pricing's where I want it to be. I don't wanna make any pricing options on the day. I want all of that already taken care of so I don't have to think about it. So I will do that, make sure my inventory is all lined up. I will pack up the car and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you soon. Hey, one other thing I forgot to show you. I'm gonna bring some business cards. So I have my business cards here. I'm just gonna bring a few. I know in my last market, a lot of people picked them up. And so it just has my contact information, my social media handles, and then this QR code is actually to my Etsy shop. So it's kind of funny. I'm on like a QR code journey because these have my Etsy. The ones that I showed you that are on my tags have my Instagram. But after I created all of this, I have a link tree now that has the links to everything. So it has all my social media, my Etsy shop. I have a custom order form that is linked in my link tree as well. So next time I'm ordering all of these, I'm absolutely going to use all of these, but next time I order, I'm definitely going to use a QR code for my link tree. So all of my links, my pages, YouTube is linked there as well. So all of my links and pages are all in one space. So that's like a little like learning tip. It's okay. All of these are still going to be fine. Like, it's fine that I'm sending them to my Etsy page, but I would like the QR code to go to my link tree at some point. So forgot to show you, but these, I'm going to bring some business cards too. Hey everyone, good morning. It is market day. I'm so excited. I have the trunk packed. You can see some of the items back there. I think I have everything. So we are going to get to the event space and get all set up, and then I'll check back in with you guys. So excited. Okay, I am here. I am parked and it is 9 o'clock on the dot. That is the earliest time we could come in as vendors to set up our space. So let's go in and see what it's all about. Okay, you guys, I found my booth. Want to point out a couple of things. You notice that wagon there carries so much stuff. It is such a game changer if you're doing a lot of markets. This wagon is just one that we got for our family from, I think it was like a garage sale several years ago. And then that table is a collapsible table, which is really, really nice. Here's the setup. Here's all the display items. You can see very Easter focused. I didn't tell you about that sign, but I made a sign last night to say what I accept as far as payment. I will link everything in the description below of what my inventory was. You can see some Mama Made minis. You can see a Willow Bear. There are my popsicles, loaf kitties, bees that were free-handed, a ton of bunnies. I, of course, have my Alan the Alligator by Oddball Crochet, some turtles and a mochi bunny, of course, some decor items back there. You can see a hippo by Plush and Whimsy. All these bunnies that you see are by Lily and Rose Crochet. The duckies are from Alley Crochet. The ladybug is Hooked by Dakota. And we have a cow lovey by BK Crochet and a bunny lovey by Crochet by Jenna. Also, don't forget to bring your protein, people. So this was perfect. I did not have time for breakfast, so it was really nice to just have a grab and go snack, breakfast, get some protein in me. Like I mentioned, I really wanted to go to a market that was kid-friendly. So here are my kiddos playing with their Easter eggs. They had so much fun. Okay guys, that's a wrap on my spring market, my first market of 2025. I am tired. I've learned a lot. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of really amazing people. Let's get back to the crochet spot, our crochet corner, and do a little debrief together. Okay, we are back home. We are back at our crochet corner. This is actually a couple days post market. When I got home, I wanted to spend time with my family and then just didn't really get around to doing this recap, but we are here now. I have all of the info. I have my laptop right down here. I have all of the info. And so let's break down everything. What sold, what didn't, what I was surprised by, what I would definitely do again, and what I definitely would not do again. So let's get into it. So I'll start with the things that I would have, maybe not things that I would not do again, but things that I would have done differently if I had to do it all over again. So the one thing that sticks out to me, and man, oh man, am I irritated with myself because I wanted to make some time to make some axolotls because axolotls do so well at markets, and I wanted to allot some time to make some axolotls. I know Crochet by Jenna has a free tutorial on her YouTube. There's other axolotl patterns out there that would be quick and easy makes. I did not make the time to do that. I focused on some other items instead, like my bunnies and like my bigger showcase piece, like my alligator, which I'm glad I made those, but I wish I would have made time to make some axolotls, because there were a couple of other crochet vendors there. And I love walking around and meeting the other crocheters and seeing their booths and, you know, just talking shop a little bit with them. And this one vendor, super, super nice. She had axolotls. I think she had 4 or 5 axolotls, and she sold all 5 of them. It went so well for her, and I'm really, really grateful for her. I'm really glad for her, but I wish I would have made some axolotls. So that is something that I'm going to keep in the bank, and I'm going to remember for next time. Take the time to make some axolotls. They are still super hot at the spring market that I was at. They were still super, super hot. So just a little tip right there. The other thing that I would do differently, and this is probably just for me personally, is I would definitely bring more water. So when I'm doing these vendor shows, I have to go by myself because my husband is staying home with the kids, or either they're out and doing something, or we need a babysitter for the kids. It's very rare that I get to do a market with someone else. I haven't done one with someone. So I'm usually by myself, which usually isn't a problem, but thank goodness this was indoor, because if it was outdoor, I would have been in trouble because I was so thirsty and I couldn't leave my booth. The only small time I had is when my husband and kids came to visit, and I didn't get water then either. So I was running like 0 on water. So just a friendly reminder, especially if you're doing an outdoor event, if it's hotter, it's springtime, so the weather's just going to get warmer. Definitely make sure you bring enough water. I know that at the indoor place that I was at, I didn't see any drinking fountains, which is kind of funny. Like, I don't know if newer buildings just don't have drinking fountains anymore, which kind of makes sense. They're a little outdated, but I don't even know if there was a place for me to get water. So I would have absolutely brought more water if I could have. So that's another thing. Axolotls and water. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the things that I would either definitely do again, or I'm really, really glad I did. And the first thing, and probably one of the biggest things that I did, was my $2 Easter basket. So if you remember, I wanted to do a $2 Easter basket where everything in the Easter basket was just $2. And primarily it was filled with these little worsted peep buns, like just really simple, no sew, quick workups. You guys, these did so well. I think I got maybe $20. I have to look at the spreadsheet again, but I think I got $20 out of that $2 Easter basket alone, which was awesome. It was so great. If you remember, this was a market that was really geared towards children and kids, and boy was it. It was all family, it was all kids. It was really cute. They had some like Easter egg picking areas and photo ops. So all the kids came with their Easter baskets, and a lot of vendors brought candy, which was really cute. I didn't bring any candy, but I had my $2 Easter basket. And so the kids got to come up and pick their little Easter bunny that they wanted. I had all different types of colors. And some of them were like multicolored too, which is really fun. Oh, it's so perfect when you need, like, if you have like a yarn stash and you have just like a little bit of yarn left, like these are so great to make. I made purple and blue and pink and blue, and they just did really, really well. And it was so fun just to see the kids, and then being able to tell the parents that it was only $2. They were like, oh yeah, like that's not a problem. Absolutely. So it definitely didn't keep anybody, it didn't outprice anyone, which is really what I was looking for. And the cool thing too is that it brought people to my booth, because I had this big Easter basket out front with a big $2 sign. And so it brought the kids in really fast, which brought the parents in. So that was really cool. The other thing that I would definitely do again is bring a showpiece item. So let me go get mine. Okay, so this is Alan the alligator. The pattern is by Oddball Crochet. I had the chance to pattern test for Alan, and he's typically a lovey, but I ended up stuffing him with fiberfill to make him more into a plushie, but like with still like with the knotted legs. And he is so gorgeous. I used Big Twist plush on him. And I'm so glad, you know, I'm running out of Big Twist plush, you guys. I don't have a lot of Big Twist plush left. And so I was really happy to make this guy out of it. It took 2 skeins. It took all of my mint Big Twist plush, but it was worth it. And so I had him propped up on one of the crates, and he was definitely an eye catcher for a lot of people. A lot of people gave me some really nice compliments on him. They asked how long it took me to make him, which was many hours. You know, asked what yarn I used. So he really was a showstopper piece. So I think he brought people in too. So, which is so cool because it was the $2 basket, which was my cheapest item on the table. And then my Alan, who was the most expensive item at my table. And both of those brought people in, which then allowed them to look around and look at my medium priced items. So I think that was a really good strategy. I definitely want to do something like that again. I think I want to go even bigger next time. I'm thinking like a big like dino lovey is what I'm envisioning in my head. I may or may not have already purchased the yarn for it. I cannot wait to show you guys. I think that's what I'm going to do. So you'll see him on my Instagram and my social media. I'll definitely show him on one of my YouTube channels for when YouTube videos when I do another market prep, which I have coming up in May. But I'm really glad I did like a showstopper piece. So something unique, something big, something that, you know, like stands out for you or part of your brand. I really encourage it. So those really worked for me. Something else that I think worked out really well that I wasn't sure of was not taking credit cards. So in the beginning of the video, when I was kind of going through all of my display items, I had forgot to mention the board that I had, the little like letter board. So you probably saw it in the video where it said, I accept, and then it showed all the types of payments that I accepted. And that was really, really nice to have because there were quite a few people who were paying that automatically were trying to get their card and hand it to me, their credit card or their debit card. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. No, I don't take credit, but here are the payment options that I do take. And they were able to look at the thing and I was able to talk through. I was like, do any of these work for you? And I had no issues. I was really happy to see most of the folks either gave me cash or they utilized Venmo. And with Venmo, I just opened up my QR code for my Venmo. They were able to scan it and send it over, and it happened real time. So that was really nice. So I didn't see it. It didn't seem like I lost any sales because I didn't take credit cards. Now, for my next market that's taking place in May, it is a much bigger market. It's a 2-day market. It's outdoor. It's a like really massive event here in Kansas City. That one I may look into like either a credit card reader or something like Square. I'm going to have my husband help me set up maybe like Square so I can utilize my phone to be able to take credit or debit, like any type of card. But for this show, which was a lot smaller than the one that I have in May, it worked out just fine. So definitely just something to be cognizant of. Check to see how large you think this event is going to be, what location the event is at. You know your area better than me or anyone else, right? Like you know your audience and you know your customer base. For me, it was I felt a little risky at first to not take card but it did work out. It worked out really well. I don't think I lost any sales, but definitely just, you know, keep that in mind if it's something that you want to offer to your customers or not. And then the last thing that I will definitely do again is bring my own patterns to the vendor fair as well. So I did not run into any other crocheters that were there just walking around. The only other crocheters that I met were other vendors. And it was really great to get to chat with them and get to know them and know their business and, you know, how long they've been in business and everything. The crochet community is amazing. You guys already know this, but the crochet community is so amazing. And so it was really nice to just get to chat with other crocheters. But as far as those coming up to my booth, there weren't any other crocheters, but if there were, I was absolutely going to tout my Petsicles pattern. So I had a couple of these guys out for sale. There were a couple that picked them up and asked about them. They thought they were really, really cute. And so I then got to ask, do you crochet or do you know anyone who crochets? Because I have a pattern too. So definitely if you are a pattern designer, bring up your patterns. Tell people about your patterns. Ask them if they crochet. Do a little small talk with them. If they are crocheters, what a great opportunity to talk about your pattern designs too. And speaking of pattern designs, just as a little plug, my pattern design for my Petsicles is out now on my Etsy. I'm so excited, you guys. It's my first ever pattern design. I have a 3-in-1 crochet pattern that includes a pupsicle, a bunsicle, and a catsicle, which you can see back there. And then for those that like just one specific one, I have just all of those as separate patterns for a much lower price point. If you're just wanting the pupsicle pattern or if you're just wanting the catsicle pattern, those options are available too. But I highly recommend the 3-in-1, which is going to give you all 3 patterns. I'm so excited. Please message me if you make one, send me a picture, or at me on social media, tag me. I would love to see all of your pupsicles and your petsicles and bunsicles and catsicles. I can't wait to see those this spring and this summer. It's going to be so fun to see. So I will put all the information on where you can find those patterns and where you can purchase them down in the description below. And definitely reach out to me if you make a petsicle. All right, guys, now let's get into the numbers. So I did make an Instagram reel of everything that I sold. So some examples that I sold, my buns did really well, like my Easter peep buns did really, really well. Sold a lot of these. My bees, I sold a couple of bees. I think I sold 2 bees. I brought a bunch of different colors, sold 2 bees. I sold a little ducky, a little duckling, which was so fun. So, this pattern is Lily and Rose. I'll put it in the description. And this is Ally Crochet's fruit ducky pattern. I modified it a little bit to give it a cute little pastel bonnet for Easter and for spring. But I think I already mentioned this, but I'll put all my, all the designs that I use in the description below. So I sold a little ducky, sold a bee. This was just free-handed, but there's plenty of free patterns on Instagram and free tutorials on YouTube. Let's see, these $2 buns did really well. It's the same as Lily and Rose Crochet. And I sold a loaf kitty. So this obviously isn't the loaf kitty that I sold. I actually sold a gray one with white stripes and white paws. And the person who bought it, they're going to give it as a gift for their friend who has a kitty with gray and white stripes and white paws. So that's going to be a perfect gift. Like, what a sweet little gift. So she was really excited to buy a loaf kitty. One of the other crochet vendors had loaf kitties as well. So she had the bigger cats and she also had tiny kittens, like much smaller than this, like maybe like that size. So she had larger ones, she had medium size like mine. I just had medium size ones. And then she had tiny little kitties. And the kitties did really well too. I saw a bunch of kids running around with little mini kitties too. So something to keep in mind, obviously loaf cats, they're always a staple at a market. The bees, the loaf cats, the axolotls, I mean, these are still selling, people. So definitely make some of those up for your next vendor fair. I also sold my hedgehog, my sweet little hedgehog. That was actually a whip that I had forever. I might have said that in the video montage if I had time, but I had him as a whip. He was just like a bald little nub of a guy. He was just like white with little arms and legs, and that was it for so long. And then I finally finished him and he sold at the market. So that was really fun to see. So little hedgehog got adopted. And I also sold my little Brontosaurus dino, this sweet dino, and it was actually bought by this sweet girl. She was in middle school. She loves dinosaurs. She saw the dino and she immediately knew that that's what she wanted. It was in her price range. She paid cash, which always makes me so happy when it is something that is within their price range, especially for the kiddos. It makes me so happy. So she got her dino and she named it George. And I saw her later. She had a little like fanny pack and she had little George the dino in her fanny pack, just kind of sticky, and his little head was kind of sticking out. It was so cute. And she was so happy. Like I saw her like showing it off to people and just, you know, really proud of it. And that's what it's all about. Like I truly just want to spread as much happiness as I can with my makes, that they feel God's light and God's love when they see my makes and when they see my booth or when they purchase something from me or when they give it as a gift. It truly lights me up. So I was really happy to have sold my sweet little dino, who was actually at the painted tree for quite some time. And I snagged a couple of things from the painted tree just to have a really nice full booth, and then was going to take it back that same day if it didn't sell. And some of those things, like some loaf kitties and some other things, I did bring back to the painted tree. But the dino did get adopted, which was really, really fun. All right, you guys, the moment you've all been waiting for, drum roll. How much did I make at this fair? So the booth fee was $60. So in total, I sold $145 worth of merchandise minus that $60 booth fee. I came home with $85. Not too shabby, not too shabby. The fair, it was a smaller vendor fair. It wasn't as crowded as I think all of us vendors would have preferred. I am so grateful for what I did sell. I do wish I would have done better. You know, these events take a long time to put together. It's a lot of work, but I really can't complain. It was a great experience for my first spring market. I am really glad that I made it in the green. Now you'll notice that I didn't mention my materials or my yarn. I think what I'm going to do with that, because obviously that is important to take into consideration too, which I didn't in my little breakdown. But I have a spreadsheet and it has listed all of the yarn or anything that I've purchased for my business. So that includes my tags, the twine. So like the tags and the twine that I use to put on all of my items that I have at the painted tree and for the booth. Obviously yarn, safety eyes, anything like that, fiber fill, right? So anything that I'm purchasing throughout the year, I'm putting into a list. So I have like an accounts payable list and an accounts receivable list. I have it broken out by whether it's a market or if it's a custom order or all of that. And so while I have not factored in materials, that is something that I will certainly do at the end of the year to ensure that my pricing is still on point, that I am still making money. I have my painted tree space as well. So just, there's a lot of moving parts. This is what works for me. I by in no means am a financial expert. Please find something that works for you. Find a process that works for you. There are so many different apps and tools out there that can also assist with things like this. For me, just making sure I'm really diligent about keeping track of everything that I have paid for my business, and then everything that I am selling for my business, just keeping all of that together. But I like to say that, you know, minus the $60 booth fee, I did come home with $85. I know I did not spend that much in material, so I still came home in the green. Was it what I was expecting? I don't know. I can't say if I was expecting more or less. Of course, I wish I would have sold more, but as far as expectations, I'm really, really happy that I got to be part of this vendor fair, that I got to make so many kiddos smile and just brighten their day through my makes. I met some incredible crocheters and just other vendors. It was just a really, really great experience. Okay, you guys, that is gonna wrap up my spring market prep and recap video. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you got some good takeaways. If anything, I hope you were able to work a little bit on your whip or get a project done while we were sitting and chatting together. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much. It means the world to me that you are on this journey with me. If you are new, please, I do wish that you subscribe. I am thinking for some next videos, I do have a market coming up in May. It's going to be my biggest market ever, 2-day market. Never done a 2-day market before. So definitely stay tuned for market prep and recap videos for that market. Obviously my Palm Street Live, I'm going to be going live on Palm Street again. Would love to let you know how that's going. And I might be in the works of having another pattern release coming out in the next couple of months. I still have that thrifted yarn that I want to do something with, you guys. I've already started filming a little bit for my thrifted yarn video. I don't know when that's going to be done, so just stay tuned for that. A lot of fun things in the works. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you later.